Hey, in this video, we'll talk how you can add all the interested prospects that you get from your SmartLead accounts to your CRM. I'll show you how you can do it with HubSpot, but you can do the same with any CRM that you have. As we can see, SmartLead has a native integration with HubSpot, but it's still in the beta phase and it doesn't really work that well. You have to upload the whole email list into HubSpot and then try to make a connection and hope it will update it in the same way. And I didn't want to add a list of 2,000 emails to HubSpot. I only want to save the prospects that are interested and replied something. So we'll be using make.com. It's a platform where you can host your automations. And I'll show you how you can make this integration there. So first, we need to create a new scenario or a workflow and connect it to SmartLead. It's taking a couple of seconds, but we'll quickly see it. So first, we need to create a webhook. A webhook is a way applications can communicate between them. You don't really have to go into the technical details. You just have to understand we need to in a way send information from SmartLead to make.com, and we are going to use a webhook to do that. We are going to use a custom webhook. We are going to let me move this up. We need to create it, and then we can name it however we want. Can we SmartLead test webhook? We don't need any restrictions. We don't need any advanced settings. Now we can see that we got our URL here. That's the address that we are going to use to send the information, because the application needs an address so it knows where to send the data that you're trying to send. We can copy it by pressing on this button, and we'll go to the webhooks window. So you go to settings, that's here, and then webhook. We go add webhook button, and we can name it again however we want. Let's call it SmartLead test. And we pass the address here. So that's really important part, so that SmartLead knows where to send the data. We can use this webhook just for one campaign, one client, or on the whole account level. We'll keep it on the account level, and we now need to select the event type. Event type means like what's the event that needs to happen in the application, so we send the data to make.com. Because we only want to send leads that are marked as interested, we can then select lead category updated. And then we select what are the categories that we want to use. So we can use interested, meeting request, and maybe information request. You could have your own category here that you select manually, and only then it's added to HubSpot. So you can do that however you want. Now let's send a test webhook so we can see what's the format of the data that we'll get. So click here on months, and then we can go back to webhook and perform this send test webhook. We can see here that the event was sent successfully. And when we go back to our platform for automations, we can see the format of the data. So that we see the from email, we see the name, and so on. Now, the next step is to save this data to HubSpot. And we can search for HubSpot and then look for contacts. And we are using this one, create or update the contact. Okay, I pressed it twice accident. Let me delete one of those. Delete module. And now we need to connect to the CRM. So if you don't have, I already have connections, but let's make a new one so you can see the process. Test HubSpot connection 2 because I already used that name. And then you'll be led to a window so you can perform the authentication. You can choose the account. Let's use this one because that's my testing account. And we select that we are okay with connecting with the application. You can see here that this is the CRM that we are going to be monitoring and that we don't have any data here. When we return here with the methods, we leave it as compact. And now we can select what's the data that we are going to store and also how to map it because SmartLead send it with their names and HubSpot has its own specific name. So first we can use the first name and we can find it here in lead data. So we can select it here. Second, let's add last name. So this UI is a little bit buggy, but you'll manage. Then we select last name. We go here. Let's take the email also. And select the email from here. You can also do a company website. And as you can see, like we also have LinkedIn profiles here. We can have custom field, like what's the role, and we can save all of those location and everything. I'll keep it short and use just these 4, but you can use any of these. Then we can go okay, and we are going to run it once more. So we can see that the platform is now expecting to get some data. We go back to the webhook and we use send test to webhook. And these little bubbles, we can see that both of these performed an action. And now if we go to our HubSpot CRM, we can see that Bob John with test@gmail was added to our CRM. Another important thing to do, like once you finish creating this, don't forget to add the webhook, because if you don't do it, then it won't be running in your account. Some potential improvements here are like adding more data, adding some sorts of qualifications, scoring, and so on. So this can be a broader workflow. Like you could have a scoring function then, and if the score is high enough, to add some custom actions and so on. If your CRM is not supported, you can use HTTP to make the requests to add it. I can cover that in a different video. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments and I'll respond to you. Thank you. Bye.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.